friends, welcome to the 12 days of Christmas encouragement brought to you by Mark Inc. Ministries. My name is Chuck Betters. This is day number 11. You know, in our very first church, I had never been a pastor up to this point. It was my very first Sunday. I went over to the sanctuary on Saturday night to rehearse my first sermon. The first thing I noticed was the hymnals in the sanctuary were scattered all over the place. So I thought I would do everybody a favor and gather the hymnals together and move them all toward the seats in the front. It was a big old sanctuary. Maybe 30 people attended church in a sanctuary that would seat probably 400 or 500 people. Big, beautiful stained glass windows, big block building or a stone building in the city of Philadelphia. And so I moved all the hymnals to the front in the first few seats. Well, I thought I was helping everybody. I thought it was an act of service just to organize it a little bit, gather everybody toward the front. Wrong. I created an environment of hell. The women in the church were furious with me. The older ladies in the church were almost hysterical because they concluded that my act of moving the hymnals was this: he doesn't want us here. This new pastor does not want us to attend the church. And they hit the ceiling. Nothing could have been further from the truth. I was simply trying to encourage a little bit of unity and closeness and togetherness for this brand new pastor to deliver his very first sermon. It was taken completely wrong. You know, sometimes when you try to encourage people, they get angry with you. Sometimes they get mad because they've misinterpreted your reasons for doing what you do. You thought one thing, they figured another thing, and all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. And what you intended for good, they didn't take it that way. That's what biblical encouragement sometimes does. It reacts the opposite of what you had hoped that it would. What you hoped would encourage people actually ends up discouraging them. But that doesn't give us an excuse for not trying. That doesn't give us an excuse for not being encouragers. Sometimes we will miss the mark. Sometimes our efforts will prove to be insignificant and erroneous. But that is what the nature of biblical encouragement looks like. There are times when we say the right things. There are times when we do the wrong things. There are times when our encouragement lands on fertile ears, and there are times when it lands on discouraging ears. But friends, we are called to be encouragers. We are called to minister the truth to people, minister grace to them, especially during this time of the year when things can get so lonely and so dark that folks will look for anything to help them get through December 25th. Will you be a biblical encourager? Even if it's taken the wrong way, will you be someone who takes the risk, takes the chance, knowing that your heart's motivations are right? Well, maybe you will learn from your mistakes, learn what works and what doesn't work, but you won't learn if you don't try. You won't learn if you don't at least make the effort. May you prove to be biblical encouragers this Christmas season. God knows we live in a world right now where we could stand a little bit of biblical encouragement because all around us is failure and misery and crime and evil. You be that spokesman for the good word from the Lord that comes out during this time of the year. May God bless you as you do.